Facebook Live, Facebook Live. We have arrived. One more time, y'all. Let's get it in.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Derrick Yisrael, also known as Pastor Derrick, on the Early What I See Scripture Study and Prayer Line on this 29th day in December 2022. We're still in the Mind Battle Series, Part 7. Y'all make a mental note of that, Mind Battle Series Part 7, for they still not letting me name these messages. But we're gonna get through it. If somebody can type in the feed, Mind Battles P7, you'd be doing me a favor. Thank the Most High for Elder Yosef, holding down the conference line. Hallelujah. I see Domina in the building, and I see Madiyahu in the building, Yamina Yahoo, and my big bro is up in the building. Tia, I see ya. Tia in the building. Big Sean is in the house. Young Nicole Robinson in the place to be. As y'all chime in, y'all get it. It's Mind Battles P7, Part 7, y'all. We back in 2 Corinthians 10. Hallelujah. Beginning at the third verse. Let's ease on down the road. For though we walk in the flesh, we in this human body. Beard in the building. Good to see you. Taylor in the house. Mind Battles P7, y'all. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Like to really get a revelation on that scripture alone. JB, good to see you in here. You know what it is. Mind Battles P7. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. We're born in this body, and people kind of like rock like that, naturally. And if you look at the transformation process of Yah, I'm gonna touch on something, right quick. If you look at the transformation process, right? You look at the beginning with Adam. And Adam was dealing with Yah, straight Ruah, and Yah wasn't walking in the body. Straight Ruah. Voice of Yah walking in the garden. When the separation came because of sin, right? Sin came in and there was a separation from Adam and the Ruah. There's a plan in place. To reconcile us back with the voice of Yah. Rhonda Ponder, good to see you in here. There's a plan in place to reconcile us back with the voice of Yah. A part of the plan, Abraham. Because of the faith piece. This is the flesh that Yah is going to borrow. That's then going to allow the Ruah, the word, to become a human being. Which would accomplish the first prophecy. The seed of the woman would bruise the head of the serpent head would bruise his heel. We're dealing with the flesh, but the flesh is disqualified. Bev, good to see you in here. You know what it is. Humanity is disqualified, but he allowed the flesh to house the word. Because the object of the rescue is the flesh, the human being. Bree. without me getting too deep into that, okay, let me just add this a little bit. So when we deal with like the religious piece, shadows and types, when we're dealing with shadows and types, it's taking us back somewhere. Now, for me, and again, I can only go by what he teach me, and that's just the truth, and I teach y'all what he teach me, right? But when you look at um, the shadows and types had a spiritual significance because it started off with man and the Ruach, right? When we deal with shadows and types, they're shadows of the reconciliation of man and the Ruach. That's what the shadows and types of. Some people believe that Jeremiah, 31 through 34, hasn't happened yet. They believe that's going to be accomplished, when we get in the land. I personally believe that happened in the Mashiach. We can't have our cake and eat it too. I believe that happened in the Mashiach. I believe that when he said it is finished and the veil in the temple was ripped from top to bottom, that regained us access back with the Ruach, the word. That's what I teach and believe. The only way that I would stop teaching that, because I don't want my cake and eat it too. The only way I would stop teaching that if the Mashiach ain't real. Now, if the Mashiach ain't real, then I'm rocking with that ain't going to happen until we go in the land. We don't have a Ruach until we get back in the land. I believe that the two sticks came together spiritually when the Mashiach accomplished what he accomplished. Spiritually. And physically, if my people, which you call by my name, will humble themselves and pray, seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, he'll hear from heaven. He's going to forgive our sins. And you know what else he's going to do? He's going to heal our land. He's going to put us back in the land. But the reconciliation with his word has already happened. Now, if the Mashiach ain't real, and the Greeks made this up, the Romans made the Messiah up, then I mess with you. I said that to say, though we walk in the flesh, we in this body, but that's not the warfare. That's not it. Though I'm in this body, I'm definitely not here to rescue it. Banks in the building, Johnson in the building, 2 Corinthians 10:3. For though we walk in the flesh, we don't war after it. I'm not warned to rescue this flesh. Forget my flesh. Trick this joker. What I'm talking about ain't about nothing. I'm telling you that. I'm cool on me. That's the conclusion for my life. Yeah, I'll starve this joker. I'll push the TV away. I'll do. Man, I'm cool on this joker. Just whatever I got to do, because I'm not warned for the flesh. We don't war after flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Lo and behold, it's not carnal, because the weapons of our warfare is the sword of the Spirit, which is the word. And the word is mighty because it came out of the mouth of Yah. In fact, the word is Yah. But it's mighty through Yah. And what does it do? It pulls down arguments, strongholds. It pulls down anything that goes against the word. That's what the word does. So that Yah can be number one in our life again, spiritually. Are y'all with me? 5th verse, casting down imaginations. Now specifying strongholds. That's what it's doing. It's specifying what strongholds is, right? Casting down imaginations. That's what it does. You have a mental thought. You imagine a thought, right? Spirit movies in your head. Things playing out in your head. Desires of yours playing out in your head. Imaginations. It isn't physical. It's in your imagination. It's the position of carnality. It's the position of the flesh. Your human nature has a position, has a way of seeing things, but there's a way to seem right unto a man, but the end of it is the ways of death. What the word does is it come and it casts that down, right? Coach Don Deems, good to see you in here. You know what it do. 2 Corinthians 10, 3 through 5. We're in 5 now. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. And we dealt with the high things that exalt itself against the knowledge of Yah. High things are thoughts and imaginations, but it get a little deeper than that. High things can include situations and circumstances. Cynthia, good to see you in here. We're in 2 Corinthians 10 and 5 right now in the Mind Battle series, part 7. Are y'all with me? Good to see you in here, Bree. What it be? Casting down imagination, every high thing. So we find ourselves in situations, right? We find ourselves in situations which will exalt itself to be high, aka important. Sharora, always a pleasure to see you in here. You know we miss you, young lady. It's always good to see you. I pray your music is doing well. Your music for Yah. I hope it's doing really well. Bless you. Are y'all with me? Listen, high things are, like circumstances. And 9 times out of 10, it be circumstances that we put ourselves in. You know, we start digging certain people, getting into relationships with them because we dig them. Business situations because we chasing a bag, and we put ourselves in certain situations. Denise Wilkins, and a lot of situations that we're faced with in this life, the majority of them position us to go against Yah. Makes it difficult. We make provision for our vision. And unfortunately, our vision, it be them imaginations that the word want to cast down. And if we're successful, we have it our way. We position ourselves in certain ways because we having it our way. Unfortunately, a lot of times in the flesh, we're having it our way in the flesh. We done set up our lives in a situation where can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? In other words, we put ourselves in situations that tempt us because our flesh wanted something. We had imagination about what our flesh wanted, and we carried it out, and then it manifested physically in our lives. So we got people in our lives that we summoned, we wanted them in our life, but they're a big temptation for us. Physical temptation. It's a high thing. We had imaginations. We wanted to feel better. We wanted to get high or whatever it was. Trenda, good to see you in here. Always a pleasure. David, in the building. Good to see you in here. Boca Tove Wilkins. But we had imaginations. You with me, Beverly? Always a pleasure, sis. But we had imaginations that manifested situations. It went from a imagination to a situation because we worked at it. We worked on him. We worked on her. We positioned ourselves. Are you with me? And now this high, you got to be saved. Listen to this. You gotta be like Abraham, right? Abraham. Truth be told, he really wasn't supposed to bring Lot with him because the Most High told him to leave all your family. But he brought his nephew with him. Okay, whatever. All right. And so it came to a head that they had to separate. Well, he put himself in that situation by bringing it. Are you with me? And he had to be willing to go towards the dirt, the desert. He had to be willing to go towards a place where it was dry looking. Lot was able to pick where there was habitation, greenery, oasis, water, land, cultivation. But Abraham was willing to go towards the dry. We put ourselves in a situation where in order to get out of this, we'd have to be willing to go towards dry situation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. I don't know how I'm going to survive, but I'm rocking with Yah. That's the level of faith it takes to really roll with Yah, especially when we put ourselves in certain situations. Charmaine, good to see you in here. We're in the Mind Battle series, P7, 2 Corinthians 10, 3 through 5. We're in 5 right now. Are y'all with me? Casting down imaginations, right? And every high thing that exalts itself, situations that are exalted in our heart, in our life. Destiny Isom. You can literally marry the wrong person. Literally. And now it turns into a high thing that you got to deal with. You can't beat your chest grabbing scriptures to say the man is the head. She don't want to hear that. She ain't going for what you talking about. Now you in a situation where you're going to be right. And some people's willing to be dead right. Blow up the whole family to be right. Bruh, you might have to just go on and calm down and humble yourself. And walk in the Ruah, the spirit of love. For the greater good. Yeah, you put yourself in a situation where you're an alcoholic. It's rough getting off alcohol. You put yourself where you're an alcoholic, your body craving and tripping. You got to grit your teeth or bite the dust. You got to grit your teeth to get out of certain situations, but through the power of Yah, we can do it. Always a pleasure, Keidra. Always a pleasure. Daughter, niece, good to see you in here. We're in 2 Corinthians 10, 3 through 5. We're in 5 right now in the Mind Battle series, part 7. Pull up a chair. We're in the 5th verse. Casting down imagination. That's what the word does. Because imagination's a stronghold. And every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. Yeah. Casting down imagination, thoughts that are stronghold. Do you know how strong thoughts are? See how the devil work, right? They say that they gave sugar water to rats, right? Versus like cocaine. They say they give sugar water to get cocaine to rats. They say that the rats go for the sugar water over cocaine. That's so heavy it ain't even funny. So they be having all kind of syrups, which is worse than sugar. But they be having all kind of sweeteners that hook people. Like there's something they put inside of tobacco. Tobacco is tearing you up, but they put a chemical in it that causes your body to be addicted to it, crave it, need it. And then it gets mental. My point is this. How did the enemy get you to be willing to destroy your temple? Through chemicals. Okay, we was just talking about the chemical that changes a male frog and the female frog to the point that the male frog can have a baby. And they've been putting this stuff in our water and in our food and baby food and all kind of stuff. And they've been doing it for years now. And you can see the results in the world. So they're chemically castrating us. They're chemically altering us. They're using the divination that the book of Enoch described. But listen to my point. My point is, we've been going through a transformation process that is messing us up physically. Then it turns mental. because we favor our flesh. The average person is under the influence of their flesh. And if you alter their flesh, they're gonna roll with it. Yeah, the chemtrails as well, Taylor, you're right about it. It's in the water, it's in the food, it's in the air. It's like savoir-faire, he's everywhere. Listen. See, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, right? Our weapon against what the devil is doing and his children is doing is the word. And the word is the one that has the power to cast down the strongholds. And there's different kinds, there's different levels of strongholds. But it equates to a major attack on our flesh. And our flesh has a dark spiritual side, another avenue other than the word. A spiritual avenue other than the word is carnality. Witchcraft is carnality. Voodoo is carnality. Burning sage to the ancestors is carnality. Getting your palm read. All the way down to religious practices. Religious practices, listen, religious practices like the Pharisees and them did. They was trying to get the people of Yah off the Ruah what the Mashiach brought and go back to what the forefathers brought to the table. I'm just telling you the truth. But listen to what I'm saying. The word itself, right? The answer to Jeremiah 31 through 34. The word itself is what set us free. The true Shabbat is described when the Most High moved the man of Yah to write a letter to the Hebrews, his chosen children. When he said, today you hear my voice, harden not your heart, as they did in the provocation in Psalms 95. He said, I renamed the Shabbat. I renamed it in David. In Psalms 95, when he said, today you hear my voice, harden not your heart. Ramon Price, I'm trying to teach, man. Harden not your heart. In other words, bow down to the Ruach, because the true reconciliation, you know what it looked like? Go back in the garden with the first Adam when he was able to walk and talk and meet with the Ruach of Yah. The voice of Yah was walking in the garden. The voice of Yah was manifested in the flesh. The seed of the woman that would bruise the head of the serpent was manifested in the flesh on a rescue mission. He became our kinsman redeemer. He came on our level to reconcile us not with his body, not with the flesh. He reconciled us back with the word. That's why 2 Corinthians 5 and 16 said we don't know each other after the flesh no more. And moving forward, we don't even know the Messiah after the flesh no more. Because the race was never about reconciling us in the flesh, nor were religion, nor were religious practices, but with the Ruah of Yah. I'm trying to tell you something, or else he would not have allowed the theological position of Romans, the 14th chapter, when it says one person esteem a certain day a certain way and another person esteem all days alike. Let him be fully persuaded in his own mind. I ain't going there. Listen, I already went, didn't I? 5th verse. Listen to what I'm trying to say. Casting down imaginations, thoughts, strongholds, because your thoughts run your life. Period. Yeah, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaking. Yeah, he said, guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Your life is predicated on your imaginations, your thoughts. Your mental arguments run your life. What you think, what you think is what you do. And the word come to cast down what you think, because the Bible says there's a way that seem right unto a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. Good to see you in here, son. We're in 2 Corinthians 10 and 5 right now in the Mind Battle series, part 7. 5th verse, casting down imaginations. Always good to see you in here, Barbara. Casting down imaginations, because there's a way that seem right unto a man. So a man thinketh, so is he. You gonna do what you think. What the word comes and it challenges your thinking. Because your whole life is ran by what you think. That's why it says, blessed is the man that walk not in the counsel of the ungodly, under the influence of something other than the word. Casting down imaginations, looking for Yah, get the word. Casting down imaginations, stinking thinking, natural stuff. No, everything that happened in Torah and Tanakh is leading to the Mashiach, which is the true reconciliation of man and the Ruah of Yah. That's why when the Ruah of Yah was found fashioned as a man, the man humbled himself, became obedient on death, he did death on that tree. And when folks called him good and tried to position him like, oh, you the one, he know Yah's the one. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for your accolades, you to pat me on the back. Shaul, Peter, Kepha and Yakanan at the beautiful gate of Solomon's porch, they got that picture. Because when they healed that man at the gate, and they went on in and folks wanted to worship them, they said, pump your brakes, don't worship me, don't bow down to me. I'm a man like you. Listen, that's what the angel said in Revelations to Yakanan. I'm a man like you, get up. When they started looking at him like, ooh, they started looking at Peter, Kepha, and John, Yakanan. They started looking at him like, ooh, you healed this man, ooh. They said, man, don't look at me like that. I ain't nobody. Be it known to all y'all and all the house of Yisrael that by the name of Yahusha, this man stand before you whole. This is the stone that was rejected by you builders and now become the head of the corner. Yeah. Neither is there salvation in any other, for there's none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Ain't no other way. Back to 5, y'all. Casting down imaginations, right? The way we see things, the way we do things. I need the Ruah. What I need is to be transformed by the renewing of my mind. And I'm clear through the study of the word that shadows and types and things that are leading me up to a spiritual conclusion, which is reconciliation with his word. So I'm about to become a new creation because old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And my old attitude, my old nature was baptized into the death of the Messiah so that I can rise up to walk in the newness of life. All that's spiritual. I can find my attitude in Scripture based on physical manifestations. Oh, that's good, Beard. Listen to me. The physical is shadows and types, natural examples, so we can get it. You know, when you're spiritually dead, you don't understand spiritual things. He kind of like got to talk to you with baby talk, sign language, signs that's giving you the message, right? That's kind of like what Torah is. It is not the nullification of Torah. No, it's the accomplishment of Torah. Right. True relationship, concealed Torah. A New Testament, true relationship with Yah, Torah revealed in the Ruah. But listen, casting down imaginations. Listen, first, casting down imaginations. You imagining things. You see, listen. And every high thing, situations you put yourself in. Be careful what situations you put yourself in because you might be trying to crawl and scrap to get out. Oh, it's easy to get into things. And it might take you a whole lifetime trying to get out. And some things we put ourselves in, you ain't going to never get out. You just got to deal with it. Listen, casting down imaginations. And I'm talking about the high things that exalts itself. We be having monsters, giants exalted in our life. We sleep with them. We talk to them on the phone every day. We in fellowship with situations that we cause. Yeah, we cause stuff. We put ourselves in situations. Post it for me, Hull, Dupree. Post 18 and 24 for me so I can see what it says. Are you with me? Casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalts is exalted. It's buff. We be having thoughts so long they turn into money. It's a ritual. It's a routine. It's a habit now. We automatically pour a cup of coffee and strike a cigarette without even thinking about it. We didn't even think about it. Just boom. We just lit it. Pow. This is a habit now. It's a habit. Watch a little porn. Yeah. It's a habit. Eyes automatically go to that part of her body. Just a habit now. Just automatic. Boom. Yeah. It's a habit. Before I knew, I hit her. Before I knew, I didn't even think about it. She said, "When's that?" I just it's just a part of me now. All the way down to them chemically attacking us. And they're able to attack us in the falling part of us, and that's our humanity, the flesh, which then has a stronger pull on us to cause us to go against Yah. And the only thing that can combat it, because Yah is so supernatural, he's so supernatural that I remember back in the day I was smoking crack. Oh, y'all listening to a crackhead, ex-crackhead. Is that fair? Listen, I was smoking crack, and my brother, who's in here right now, him and another brother by the name of Michael came to witness to me while I was smoking crack. I was look, I was smoking like a broke stove, right? Like a stove that it's just broke. It's just you got stuff in the oven and the smoke just smoke up the heart. I'm smoked like a broke stove. Who I'm smoking with got about like 60 bands, $60,000. So I almost smoked till I croak, right? Listen, I'm smoking crack and they came in and they witnessed to me, right? While I'm smoking crack. And they said, "We're going to a Bible study. You want to come?" I said, "You see what I'm doing?" They said, "Yeah, you need to come." And I said verbally, I said, "Man, it seemed like whatever, Doss." But anyway, I said, "Man, it seemed like the devil in me. And if he is, he going to Bible study." Listen to my point, I'm trying to tell you. So we went outside the house and my uncle just happened to be driving up. He was pulling up in a Seville. And he said, "Where y'all going?" I said, "We're going to Bible study." He said, "I take y'all." Listen, oh yeah, I'm transparent. I ain't gonna front to kick it. Listen. So we get in the car and we drive to East Oakland. We're in Berkeley. We're in North Oakland, Berkeley, right? We were rolling all the way to East Oakland. While we're in the car, I made up my mind that as soon as we get there, I'm going back with my uncle. He's just dropping us off. I'm riding back with my uncle because I'm going to finish smoking crack cocaine. Renee, good to see you in here. But yeah, we're in 2 Corinthians 10 and the 5th verse now. Listen. So I made up. I didn't say nothing to nobody. I just made up my mind. Soon as these Bible study dudes get out this car, I'm riding back with my uncle. We rode there. We got there to the house on 83rd and Holly, right? We got there for the Bible study. They got out the car. There was nothing in me. Thank you, Hull, for posting the scripture. There was nothing in me that wanted to get out the car. Nothing. I literally, not hypothetically speaking, I literally grit my teeth and threw myself out of the car. I did. I threw myself out of the car and I went inside of the Bible study. I was smoking crack. I was not drinking. When I got in the Bible study, the word was going forth. I laid my head down on this desk thing, whatever, at the table. I laid my head on the table that I was sitting at. And the room started spinning as if I was having a hangover. I didn't have anything to drink. It was supernatural what was happening. But I'm still listening to the word. Right after the Bible study, there was a church on the corner of 83rd and Holly in East Oakland. We walked outside to go over to the church. Somebody was getting baptized. One of the little boys in the Bible study would have said, hey, why don't you get baptized? And I said, yeah, why don't I? So I changed clothes and I got baptized. Boom. Now I had a Bible. I'm baptized, I had a Bible. I go home. The next day, I am with the same person that has $60,000. We go to the bank. I sit out in the corridor of the bank reading the Bible. And then a thought came to me. He went inside the bank to get money so we can smoke crack. Listen to me. You know that church, Taylor? Listen. He's going to get money so we can smoke crack. Now, I know I'm not the only ex-crackhead on here, but I'm not going to tell you business. So lay low for a minute. Don't post nothing. Don't say nothing. No emojis, because I ain't telling you business. But those of you in here that smoke crack before know that all you got to do is mention crack and your stomach will turn. Your whole mood changes. You can almost feel like you want to throw up. That's how strong that dope is. Listen to what I'm saying to you. When I realized he went in to get money so we can smoke crack, normally my stomach would turn. And I feel like I got to throw up or use the bathroom automatically from the thought of it. And nothing happened. Nothing. It's like I never touched crack before in my life. It was like I never touched crack. There was no effect on me with that thought. Let me describe my position. My body was chemically altered by the crack to the point that just hearing it would switch my physical. So I was hooked chemically. But the power of his word, I didn't even ask him to deliver me from crack. That was not my prayer. I never said that. I went through crack to get to him. That's it. I could have got out the car. I could have stayed in the car and rolled back and finished smoking, but I wanted a relation with him enough that was a form of a death when I grit my teeth and threw myself out of the car. And he gave me one on the house. He gave me a deliverance on the house, not per my request. It was per my press. It was not because of my requests. It was per my press. To press towards the mark of the call, of the high calling, which is in the... Back to the 5th verse. I said that for a reason, obviously. Listen. Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. Are you with me? Right on, Taylor. Stay with me. Are you with me? Listen. Though, what's the name of that drug that they putting all in everything and in the water and all that? We did the study the other day. Couple of a mind battle series. A couple of them, Therazine or Jeff posted. But y'all, whatever that chemical is, that will literally start to alter your sexual preference and then physically do it. The power of the word can deliver you from it. Whatever chemical they're putting in the tobacco, that's it. Atrazine is physically, thank you, Jeff. It's physically, thank you, Taylor. It's physically altering you. But the power of the word, I had to share my testimony. He gave me one on the house, delivered me from crack just like that. Are you with me? Oh, you talking good, Logan, because Yah is big. Yah delivers us from anything and everything. Sexual addiction, crack, nicotine, those is chemicals. Sugar is the biggest. All I wanted to describe sugar is how they chemically have been addicting us, mentally addicting us to porn. Everything you see on TV, porn is attached to it. It can be an apple, and they're going to put some big old red juicy lips. Look like they dipped in shellac. Them jokes will be super swollen, shape perfect. Look like they dipped in shellac, glistening and shining. And you sit up here, oh, you ain't looking at that apple. I'm looking at the lips. The apple is now look like the apple that Eve bit. Listen, with them lips, I want to bite the apple with them lips. Can I bite it with you? They're mentally altering us. They're polluting us. But the power of the word, listen, back to the 4th verse. The weapons of our warfare, listen, Artificial sweetness is killing us. It's like paint thinner. The same chemical they use to make paint thinner is in these fake sugar alternates. But look what I'm saying. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. We're being attacked carnally. The devil's weapons is carnal. His chemicals are carnal. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah. What we work with is his word, and it's mighty through Yah. Aspartame, yep, that's what it is. That's what they make paint thinner out of. You talking to me, Taylor? I like Taylor. You all right with me, Taylor? Shout out. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah, because it's the word. And what does the word do? Pull down stronghold. I had a stronghold in my life. Crack. That wasn't the only stronghold I had. I had some issues. I can go down the list. Y'all got issues too, or had them. Period. All of us. Born in sin and shaped in iniquity. But you know what the word does when we invite the Ruah, the spirit of Yah, in our lives? You know what happens? He casts down imagination, stinking thinking thoughts, bad habits and stuff. Cast down imagination and every high thing. Because our imaginations is manifested in situations. Our imaginations go into situations. They turn into situations. Because of our imaginations, we pursue stuff. We pursue people and situations and drugs and stuff, and we loving it. Our flesh is eating it up. All the way down to religiously. We religiously is looking for stuff. Whatever you find, you better come out with the word. Period. Like Beard just said. You better come out with the word. Are you with me? Are you with me? Oh, Taylor, you talking good. I ain't got nothing to say about the forehead part. You tripping. But I got a big one over here too. Hey, what's holding this hat down? This is a big old hat. It might not look that big on my head, but listen, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself, exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. That's what it does. Situations. You so in love, you so hooked. You don't want to go through withdrawal. You don't want your heart broken. I'm trying to talk back to you. Casting down somebody's spiritually talking to me. I'm talking back. Listen, casting down imagination and every high thing that exalts itself. High thing that exalts itself against what Yah is telling you. There's things that exalt itself against what Yah is saying. Oh, y'all don't look at me like that. How many of y'all go through things? How many of y'all facing some high things that exalt yourself against the knowledge of Yah? Put a 2 in here. If there's some things in your life, situations, formed from your imaginations, you might have pursued it, you was doing it, or whatever it was, but then it turned into a situation that you got to escape from. You got to get through to get to Him. I'll tell the truth. Put a 2 in here if there's some high things that you got to deal with, that you brought on yourself. He won't put more on us than we can bear. He promised. But we be having some unbearable stuff that we did. Nobody told you to get with them. Ain't nobody told you to sleep with them. Ain't nobody told you to hit that, stick that in your arm. Ain't nobody told you to do that. Desire that, stared at that, meditated in that. You wasn't supposed to do that. Come on, talk back to me. Casting down. But we thank the Most High for His word. Casting down imaginations. And every high thing, situation, high thing that exalts itself against what Yah told you. Yah be telling us what to do. You know what He tells us what to do is going to lead to eternal life. What He tell us to do is going to deliver. We're going to end up with eternal life. Some of us have goals, and our goals is a high thing because we're pursuing it. And what we're pursuing takes us further and further from Yah. And when you pursue things that take you further and further from Yah, I'm just telling you, Pastor Kim Tinsley, good to see you in here. We're in 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. We're still in the Mind Battle series, P7. This is part 7. But listen, we pursue things that take us further away from Yah. We pursue relationships that take us further away from Yah. If we had our way, what would we end up doing? We'd be dropping it like it's hot, twerking, We be sex symbols. Oh, six pack and wearing Daisy Dukes with six pack, all buff showing it. Got the girls biting aluminum cans, looking at you. Yeah, you all packaged and packed up. Yeah, yeah. Females packaged, positioned. If you had what you wanted, look, you might get what you want, but you're gonna lose what you had. Listen, that's a high thing. You have a vision of where you want to be in the future. So you start pursuing it. And then say if you unlucky enough, or lucky enough, because luck is of witchcraft anyway, tell you the truth, right? But say you achieve it. You achieve it. You achieve what you wanted. Now you way far away from Yah. You know what you need now? False doctrine. You need a false doctrine that's going to tell you and Yah is still cool. You need a false doctrine that's convince you on your way to heaven and you so glad even though you're not. You walk in total disobedience to Yah. You don't do nothing he say. But yeah, you and Yah is so close in your mind because sin has a permission to deceive. Yeah, you leave the word and do you. Well, when you do that, sin has a permission to grab you and turn into a stronghold because you chose sin. And that's what second Thessalonians, the second chapter, was talking about when he say, for this cause, Yah shall send them a strong delusion, that they would believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who have love, who have pleasure in unrighteousness. Why'd I quote it? I quoted it almost right, but that bugged me. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here, but now I gotta go look at it because I don't know. I probably can quote it right, but I don't even feel like trying right now. I just want to read it because I didn't like that. So look what it say. 10th verse, 2 and 10. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. This is what I was quoting. For this cause, Yah shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth and had pleasure in unrighteousness. Is y'all with me? I'm telling you that when truth is here and you reject it, then you give permission to the lie. And the lie comes with sedation. The lie comes with comfort. The lie comes with its own theological position. And it will capture you and keep you to the day of damnation. Did I make that up? I'm going to read it again. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. What has deceivableness? What is deceiving? Unrighteousness. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. It's going to cause you to perish. Why? Because they receive not the love of the truth. The truth came. You don't want that. That's why the Messiah said, I come in my Father's name and you receive me not. Okay, I come working for the Father and he want me to rescue y'all. I come in my Father's name and you receive me not. If another come in his own name, him you're going to receive. Now, you know I can teach that, but I'm not. But you get the point, right? Because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. They don't love the truth that they might be saved. Because you know what the truth do? It cramps you. It takes control of you. It orders you around. And folks nowadays don't like to be ordered around. Folks don't like to be told what to do. You ain't telling me what to do. This is me and God. I hear you. That's cool. I'm rocking from there. But, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Deceivableness, they're tricked by their unrighteousness and they're perishing and don't even know it. Because they receive not the love of the truth that they might be saved. For this cause, this is what Yah do. For this cause, Yah shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Go and do you. For this cause. Why did he do it? 12th verse. that they all might be damned who believe not the truth and have pleasure in unrighteousness. Okay. You notice it's past tense, had pleasure. You made your decision. Y'all made his. Back to this. How much time I got? We go over a little bit because some folks is on this little vacation. Truth, Beverly. People are deceived. We can't afford. Y'all's nothing to play with. I'm telling you that. We really got to work out our soul salvation with fear and trembling. You got to watch your step. Make sure you look. One thing about salvation, like me as a watchman, blood can be on my hand if I don't tell the truth. Blood is on my. He would get me for not telling y'all. So I'm released from anyone's actions because I have to tell you the truth. Casey, good to see you in here. I'm telling you raw and uncut truth. I tell you what you don't know is it released me. Sellout cats don't tell the truth. Why? Because they're trying to get paid or laid by the congregation. There's people in the congregation they want to lay with. There's people in the congregation they want to get paid by. So they're hireling. They're wicked. They got alternate reasons for preaching and teaching. Whatever. I ain't got nothing to do with that. What I have something to do with is I tell you the truth. Like, people hate lessons that say you should give. They hate it. Why? Because they stingy. They don't have the proper love. They don't understand the Basora. They don't understand it. And when you get locked in being stingy, you notice it's hard to come out. You still stingy no matter what I say. But what released me from y'all getting me is I told you. I told you. I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to make sure I'm doing it. You don't have to. But what the word come to do is rescue anyone that belong to him. You know what the word going to do for those that really belong to him? It's going to cast down strongholds. It's going to pull down strongholds. It's going to set the captive free. The captive is trapped by their thoughts, their imaginations. They're trapped. And people live in it. We go about our life doing us. We doing what we think we should be doing. But if the truth come to interrupt what you're doing, and you look at the truth and kick it out, then you're going to finish doing what you're doing. That's when the delusion came. The Messiah, do you think, I'm finna go, y'all, but let me tell you something. When those Pharisees were sweating him, and they concluded that he was casting out devils in the name of a chief devil, do you think they walked away saying they don't have Yah? When the Messiah and those religious people parted, was they still preaching and teaching in the name of Yah? I'm going to tell you, they were. Do you think that in Yachanan, the 6th chapter, when the Mashiach told them, except you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you had no part with me? And they said, this is a hard saying, who can bear it? And the majority of of the ecclesia left him that day. Do you think they left saying, nah, I'm going to be an atheist. I don't believe in y'all no more? Or do you think they just walked away from truth and now they're going to be religious and they're going to believe them and y'all still good? I'm telling you something. Buy the truth and sell it not, like the Bible says. Or don't. It's completely up to you. Falcon, always a pleasure. I told Bev to send my love to you last week or so. Yeah, I was thinking about you, fam. Continue doing what you're doing, man. I see you out there feeding the folks and doing your thing, man. May Most High bless you. Good to see you in here. We finna get out of here. 2 Corinthians 10:5. This is what the word does. No, I'll go to 4. This is what the word does for us. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yah to the pulling down of strongholds. Strongholds or thoughts, lifestyles, habits, how we do things, right? The word comes and it's going to challenge it. And what you should do as a believer, you're going to allow the word to challenge your thoughts and what you do. You're going to allow it. You're going to allow it if you belong to him. My sheep hear my voice, he said. Yeah, they could be all wrong until the word comes. As soon as the word comes, they look at what they're doing, they look at the word. So, man, let me get up. They let go of what they're doing and they grab the word. And the word did its job. What did it do? Pulled down the stronghold. The thought, the way they was living, the way they was thinking. The word attacked it and pulled that joker down. It cast down their imaginations. And the high thing that was exalting itself against the knowledge of Yah. Because the knowledge of Yah is truth. The truth of his word. Yah tell you to do something, you belong to him, you're going to hide that word in your heart because you don't want to sin against him. Straight up. You're going to grab that word. And the word, when it casts down high things and imaginations, man, when that stuff get destroyed, you lose stuff. You lose people, relationships. You lose favor. You can lose your job. You lose stuff. Y'alliness is not game. It's not based on you balling, coming up. It don't work like that. You lose stuff. I lost a big heap of crack when I walked away. I could have still been smoking right now. Nah. No, yeah. I'm glad I lost it. So the word comes to pull down strongholds. I got to go. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. We still in the series, obviously, because I didn't finish the fifth verse yet. And I don't know if I plan to or not, but it's up to Yah. Let's pray. Spirit of living God. Did y'all get something out of it? If y'all agree with the lesson, put a 5 on it. Y'all agree with the lesson. Those of you that's going to push the share button, it's cool. It just would be a good idea to name it because I can't. Facebook is messing with me, but it don't stop. Hey, Mind Battles P7, y'all. Mind Battles P7. So if anyone come across your page, at least they can know the name of the lesson. You know what I mean? Chapters and verses in the Bible. The Bible didn't come with chapter and verses. They put them in there so you can navigate. You know what certain scriptures is. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do. So name the lesson if you're willing. If you push the share button, I got 5 on. Just push the, name it. Just share button. Mind Battles P. You ain't even got to put part. You know how we like to abbreviate. P7. That'll do it. That'll do it. Mind Battles P7. Casting down imagination, every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of Yah. We getting out of some stuff so we can serve Yah. Let's pray. Spirit of the living Elohim, we love you and thank you for this opportunity coming before you. Humbly we know how I glean the truth of thy word. Thy word is true. Continue to send the word to this year, your children. Those that have an ear to hear what the Ruach is saying to the ecclesia. It's me, oh Yahuwah, standing in the need of prayer. Oh, yeah, my mama and my brother, they need it too, but I need it. I'm speaking up for myself. I need it right now. Bless me. Everyone on the sound of my voice, they got the same heart towards you. Bless them. Shower down the power that we can go through the mind renewal process, and we'll be careful to give you the praise and honor, not only now, but forever. In the matchless name of Yahushua, we humbly pray. Hallelujah. Yahuwah. And Aman. That was the lesson for the day. I pray we all continue to obey everything the Most High say. Okay. Y'all want to talk about it? All you got to do is dial 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Listen, thank everybody that pushed the share button. It would be good if you push the share button, that you name it. But thank everybody that pushed the share button. Thank everybody that tagged. That's how, you get the word out. A ministry grows based on the participant. Oh, this is a good word. And share it. Come on in and listen. Tagging. Yeah. And thank everybody that financially supports this ministry. I tell you again, like I always tell y'all, do not support this ministry unless this ministry is spiritually supporting you. I like how Taylor put it. Sow where you grow. If you grow here, sow here. If you don't grow here, please sow where you grow. And I'm not a hater at all. If you're going somewhere and you eating and you growing, but don't be the type of person that's floating and don't give. Give somewhere. It's the Bible. Sow where you plant your feet and you're growing. You see the results of the word. You're growing. Owe no man nothing but to love him. Don't rob the man of Yah. Don't do that. If you go across there and you eating and you blessed, you're supposed to bless them. If they sow unto you spiritual things, the Bible obligates you to sow naturally, and that's an obligation, straight up. just so you know. And thank everybody that believes this is the place for them where they grow. So, thank you. Y'all want to talk about it or pray? 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. If y'all want to talk about the lesson some more and or pray and or, talk to me, y'all can dial the number. I love each and every one of y'all, and I pray y'all love me back. Y'all be Baruch and Baruch Shalom. I'm going.